Oh, there you are, and here I am. Hopefully everything's working. Coming off, the off-screen shiz fight has turned legal for JAC and Rai. And is the strongest relationship from the experts and the experiment, is it already over? They actually didn't pair them. Anyway, plus, you demanded it, so the full version of In Love with the Frenchman will be somewhere in this episode. It's all coming up live on Wilko Rehash. Let's do it.
You want the trash? I got it all for you. Let's rehash the mess together. A sassy hole that only speaks the truth. Nobody gaslights you better.
Hello, I'm Wilko. The channel is named after me, and we are almost there. I know I say that a lot, but now I truly, really, absolutely mean it. Or maybe I'm just a huge liar like JAC. Only 2 more episodes to go, and then we can move on to other shows here on the channel. And thank bloody goodness for that. Because, yeah. Look, I love MAFS, but when we're over a 36 episode season, I'm tired. There is too many episodes. The reunion Din episode is less than an hour away from airing on the east coast of Australia. Also, we're going to get to the last ever Memo Me for this season on the way. And there's only one this week. Oh, you've really let me down. I'm like a disappointed father. Oh, we've got so many things to get to, and I'm going to say hi to you in the chat, in the socials, in just a second. But we do need to chat about some bits and pieces, like the couples coming in to Sydney. Now, the Love Lab rats have been spotted at airports, as usual, and some of them had some things to say. Like Billy had this to say.
How are you feeling?
I'm ready for this shit. This is what I was built for.
Who are you not looking forward to seeing?
Who do you think? My ex-wife.
My ex-wife.
Are you excited to see Beth?
Don't even try this. Of course, she's my English girl from across the pond. So of course, I'm
Dave.
excited. That's who I'm here for. I'm here for Big Davey boy.
Yeah, more about him and the man that he's here for in just a second. Also, when JAC and God, you know what? All these episodes, you think I get it right. Clint, yeah, right. When they landed recently, she was up to her old tricks with Josh from MAFS Funny. Take a look.
How is it now we can finally be public? And Jackie, you've been getting a bit of flack lately for comments you're making towards women. You wish to apologise?
I didn't make any comments towards women. I made comments
Yeah, you
towards
did.
my ex.
No, you said something about you called women sluts
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
on a TikTok live.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. I've got the video.
Where is Ryan? He's probably in Campbelltown.
He's
I
probably
guess.
fucking some slut.
Jackie, it's a video out there.
What is that face?
Why are you gone silent? Anyway, yeah, anything else to say?
Probably not. My thoughts on this. Jackie Lalai again. Oh, JAC. You could have just said, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have slut shamed anyone, even if it's their choice to sleep with Ryan and she might disagree with that. But, you know, like, don't come for them. You also slept with Ryan anyway, and the jury's still out on how many times it actually happened. I think 4. Let's say 4, because she said 3 and that was at the retreat. So let's say 4, maybe a few other times. There's a lot of JAC stuff coming up. And for people who are very much over me talking about JAC, don't worry. I've not included all of the audio and videos. I'm just going to summarize it for you. Okay, so you don't, if you don't want to see from her, you don't have to. Let's get to your socials and have a little chitty chat on the screen. Who should we talk to? Maybe Agnes. Yeah, let's speak to Agnes. Agnes has said, yes, made it for a live. Hi from Ireland. Hello, Agnes. Also, Scary Girl is here. Excellent. Janet is here, or Jeanette. Depends how you want to say it. Wait. MAFS fan 365 said, next thing you'll know, she'll file a restraining order against him and accuse him of neglecting his dog. I'm surprised she hasn't. You know, justice for Freya, which I did see on Reddit a couple of weeks ago. And Brooke just wants to ask how I am. I'm actually really good. I'm really good. I've spent the last couple of days on that stupid song. So you all are going to watch it. All right? Don't make me be a pointer, sister. Redesi has said, I enjoy the Jackie talk, to be honest. She's such a mess. Yeah. I change on day to day. Like Jackie with her truth, I flip-flop. Some days I'm for it, and some days I don't want to hear it anymore. Anyway, thank you so much for your comments. We'll get to more of them as the show goes on. Let's quickly talk about some people who are no longer good, apparently. Oh, we just saw him before. There's Billy and Dave. Apparently, they're no longer good. Yeah, all right. It turns out that Dave and Billy are apparently, because they were the BFFs from the season, and the strongest relationship by far. But that was during filming, they were really tight. Apparently, they were going to move in together in Melbourne, here in the new state that I live in. But Billy apparently broke a pact that they had between them. Allegedly, this pact had to do with all things like appearances and things like that. So they were going to do everything together, and then Billy went out on his own, and now Dave's happy. According to Daily Mail, Billy has rejected this and says that they're still tight, but Dave says that he's on a different path than Billy. Whatever that means. Also, Jamie, Dave's technically still current TV bride, I guess, has called him out, and a bunch of the other Love Lab Rats as well, for them going on to CAMEO. By the way, you can also book me on CAMEO if you want. And I can say that it was happy birthday to Deidre from Ruth. That was the one that I did. It was Deidre's 50th birthday, and I did a shout out because their sister couldn't be there with her in Amsterdam. I know it sounds like I made that up, but that's real. This is what Jamie had to say about people from the season, the Love Lab Rats on CAMEO. I know a lot of people love to pop their pussy for the attention. It's just not my thing, she said. She said, I said this to Dave. I said, CAMEO, trust me, it's not going to look good. Just don't do it, she remarks. I said this to a few people. You don't need to promote a foam party. Let's just wait. Humble yourself like we haven't aired yet. You're not even on 100,000 followers. Like, come on, guys. You don't need to go rogue. Okay. So interesting. I don't know when Jamie made this comment in response to it. Look, I have no issue with the Love Lab Rats going on to CAMEO and things like that because they don't get paid much during filming, and if they're going to make a bit of a buck at the end of it, why not? And it's just really for the fans and stuff. So I don't see the harm in it if they're just pimping themselves out on CAMEO. But also I find it very interesting that Jamie's throwing some shade for CAMEO, but didn't she like get up in front of everybody at a concert and sort of hold court for a second, giving, I don't know. I think I get worried sometimes that Jamie thinks she's above it. And I'm not saying that, it means just because you did some CAMEO stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean that you were here for the wrong reasons. Like, you can get to the end of this and go, well, why not? I'll make some extra cash. Because really, they get paid nothing. Everybody who gets on a reality show gets paid next to nothing for it. So anyway, also Dave, the man who is still on your screen there with his ex-BFF, got his socials back from 9. He popped up on Instagram, and the rumor is that he reset the password and kicked 9 out. Now, they're not meant to get their social accounts back, so Instagram primarily, because I see a lot of them on TikTok, so I don't know if 9 claim those. But they're not meant to get them back until everything has finished airing in the UK as well. That's a part of the deal. So it is interesting to see that Dave is back online and maybe being a little bit dodgy. Who knows? For people who love JAC, don't worry, she's here again. After her self-rated epic final vows, JAC did an interview on Melbourne Breakfast Radio for about 8 minutes, and because of the overload of JAC content, I'm not going to play all of it, but here's the breakdown. She claims that she is a normal, boring girl, and the editors made her look crazy because she didn't give them anything.
I'm such a normal, boring girl. I feel like I was so boring that they had to make me crazy to make me some kind of personality, honestly.
Hang on.
But in saying that, like, I am a lot of fun. So, I don't know what to say.
Jackie, they made you. Who made you?
Oh, I mean, they didn't make me that. I mean, the editing. Like, I mean, for example, dinner parties, you know, cutting out context and just having me come in and be like, Ryan, tell me 10 things you love about me. Like, if it's just out of nowhere, it's like, oh, she's just like unhinged. But actually, if you're responding to someone say something negative about you, you might like jump in and say, hey. And that's, for me, that's like a way of positively responding to someone being a bit of a douche, really.
Yeah. Speaking of douches, Jackie, I'm not worried about you looking a little bit crazy. Like, I love crazy. I'm crazy myself. Like, I have nothing wrong with crazy, whether it be your eyes or your actions. But that's not what we're talking about. Most of the issues I have with you now are all the stuff that you do off screen. When asked if she had some feelings for Ryan, she talked around it and then started to waffle about her standards again. Jackie also claims that she was the most down-to-earth and relatable girl from the season. That's why Clint reached out to her. Okay. Jackie also claims that she made it clear the whole time that she didn't want to be with Ryan, and when pressed as to why, she continued that she claims that she cannot say anything because of these legal issues, of which we will get to very, very soon. She's also proud of everything from everything that she's done from herself on the season. Okay, apparently she's in touch with a third of the cast. I don't think that's true. But again, what could possibly be true with Jackie at this stage? I have no idea. I have no idea. For her to blindly lie to Josh from MAFS Funny at the airport about her essentially slut shaming, but she did it on her own socials. I don't. Is she in touch with anything that Jackie does? I don't know. Actually, let's get to your socials because I'd love to know. I'd love to know what you guys are saying. We've got why grovel to Rai Rai after he wrote leave? That is a good point, considering that there was a lot of like trying to make up, and also like you were sexually intimate, which I find. I don't understand. Yeah, she's all over in her own socials. Here we go. Deb M. If she hadn't gone rogue, do you think the producers would have shown more Ryan being a douche? That's a really good question. I do think that producers can be vindictive. So, yeah, I do think that they can be. I don't think they needed to do too much. Ryan still didn't come off looking like a good person. So if Jackie had sort of just let it lie and had come out and said, I've said this before, if she'd taken just an ounce of responsibility for anything, then maybe I would believe some of her fanciful stories, but she hasn't, and I'm just not gonna. Here we go. Annette has said, if Jackie is the benchmark for down to earth and relatable, then I must be highly intelligent and famous. Annette, you are. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Mermaid says, I love odd people, but I can't make sense of it. I agree. I love oddities. This is why we watch reality TV. Sarah Lynch has said, everyone always makes fun of the Kiwi accent, low-hanging fruit people. We can't help how we speak. No, there's nothing wrong with how... If I ever do a little Kiwi accent, it's out of full respect. Doing an accent isn't mocking. It's out of... See, there's so many Kiwis that I have in my life who are wonderful, fantastic people. I just think Jackie's a bit of an unhinged liar. What else have we got here? Oh, okay. And Anna has said, are we taking bets on who won't come to the reunion like Tim and Jane? Probably Lauren. Yeah, those three. I don't know if I can say this. I'll get to some reunion gossip that I have at the end. I've actually done some digging for you for once. So we'll get to that at the end of the show. Let's get on to Bronte versus Cleo. Now, after that photo drop from Daily Mail of former MAFS bride Bronte and Adrian, hanging out, things have really popped off. Now, Cleo, Afina's sister, made some comment saying that Bronte and Adrian were texting during filming. Then Bronte has blown up on her TikTok about it, which I haven't seen that video because I've only read about it on Pedestrian, but I haven't seen the video because she's private. I don't know if she's always been private, but her account is private. It looks like she has a really great rant. You know where they point to like, they've got the text behind them and they're pointing to things. And Bronte does love attention. So this is great for her. Anyway, this is exactly what Cleo had to say after Bronte has had a rant about her on TikTok. Enjoy. No, not the slide, the portrait.
Do you know what's really embarrassing? I'm sitting here at work and all I've seen all morning is this Bronte from another season of MAFS, which I did not watch, post about me relentlessly. She's made multiple TikToks coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, Cleo, why didn't you just message me and squash it? Why did you have to post it? Firstly, all I did was write a comment on a photo of you and Adrian stating facts that you had been talking during filming, which was factual. Then you've gone and made a TikTok about me to your 100,000 followers. You've then gone and made another TikTok about me to your 100,000 followers. And you're going on your TikTok saying, oh, why do you keep talking about me? I made one comment and you've made multiple posts. You've gone online. You've gone on a podcast. Get my name out of your fucking mouth. It's embarrassing.
Cleo should be on some reality show because she got a hot mouth. She got a hot mouth and it's spitting fire all the time. And I'm not saying I always agree with it, but I think it would be good television. Bronte has then seen a comment, has obviously seen this video, and then she's also seen a comment on a video that Bronte put up, and then there's more.
So I accidentally deleted this comment, which, what do you do? I would have happily had it on my video, but my big fucking fat hands said otherwise. But like always, I'm going to say shit with my fucking chest. So Cleo has clearly responded. And babe, have you gaslit yourself into thinking that
that's high.
I'm in the wrong here? I have never denied talking or knowing Adrian. Again, this just proves my point about you. You have literally just gaslit yourself into your own narrative about me. I would never go out of my way to message you because you're the one that was going around talking absolute shit, commenting on posts that were going to get thousands of comments, and you did that because... why? Because you wanted your own 5.7 seconds of fame.
It takes one to know one, doesn't it? Oh, God. Fuck, they're all so embarrassing. It's excellent. Now, also, Adrian has wanted to clear some things up after it's all come to an end with him and Afina. It's a weird turnaround for her. Obviously, we talked about it in the rehash, but we haven't talked about it live. That really shook me, that episode. You probably saw it in the rehash. Hopefully you did. If not, go and watch it. I did not see it coming at all. I thought that one of them might say yes and one of them might say no, but they both said no. Spoiler alert. They both say no, and then all of a sudden, she kind of convinces convinces Adrian to kind of give it a go. And I'm like, why? Why are we giving it a go? It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Adrian has come out and he's explaining the homestay in Perth and the whole, not wanting to date someone who's a single parent.
Before you get on the show, you're asked a bunch of questions, the things that you want in a partner and the things that you don't. I asked for two important things. One, I asked for someone to be open-minded. And the second thing I didn't necessarily want because there's so much hurdles that come with that is someone with a child, because I have my life set in Sydney and I understand someone else with a child has their life set where they're from. There was a lot, and more importantly, the main concerns I had with someone having a child was I've seen my friends. There's two main reasons. The first main reason is when you open yourself up to love, you open yourself up to getting heartbroken. And second to that is if you fall in love with someone with a child and eventually that doesn't work, you lose two people that you love. And that's a big thing. And that's something that, played on my mind the whole time. And my best mate has a child and he dated someone else with another child. And that ex-partner was involved, her ex-partner was involved, and it was nothing but a headache. So I seen that, I was worried about that because I seen that firsthand. And when I went into that wedding, I was like, I asked for someone open-minded, so I stayed in the experiment. As I got to know Athena more, I got to know her relationship with her ex-partner. They're great parents to their child. They got a healthy relationship, considering they're not together. And when I seen that too, okay, that was one thing that I didn't have to worry about anymore. Because I don't want to come in and feel like I'm taking on someone's son and the father of the child to get upset with me. People have asked a number of times, have I met her son? And why didn't I meet her son on homestays? The number one reason for myself, Athena wasn't ready, and nor do I think I was. But me and Athena had this discussion that if that day ever does come, I said at the commitment ceremony that I want to meet the father of her son, because I want to make sure that he is comfortable enough with me to be around his son as well as Athena.
And so I don't disagree with anything that Adrian is saying here. It's just, and I don't know if it's the edit, but every time it seemed like he was shutting down that he even wanted to sort of be there with someone who is a single parent. You know what I mean? So, and in that video, he says, you know, like, this is why I didn't want to be. So I don't know if he like strictly told producers that, if that's true, or if he changed his mind when he found out. But then he's also trying to make it seem like I wanted to be with someone who was also open-minded. Look, I'm glad that he didn't meet the kid, because things haven't gone so well. And I'm also glad that Athena, very shortly after the final vows, it's all seemed to have come crashing down. And we'll get more to into more of that at the end of this episode, because we'll be talking about some of the things that are going to be happening in the reunion dinner tonight. Adrian also revealed in an interview to Chatter that he wouldn't rekindle with anything with Athena now, given everything that her sister Cleo has been saying online since filming. And I think that's best for everybody. All right, okay, so there's a lot of stuff happening online. Now I want this slide. There's a lot of stuff happening online, and it's fan theories that they're claiming that the season has been filled with gaps and it will run shorter than previous seasons. And my answer to that is, are you kidding? Hey, are you crazy? There's nothing short about this season. Wake up to yourself. It's simply just not true. I could have reacted that way, but I'm mad about it because it's clearly not a short season. Each season, I know when I commit to myself and then commit myself to doing it, I know that I'm down for about 33 to 41 episodes. Like, I know that there's a possibility that we'll do 41 episodes, and I always pray that we won't get to 41 episodes because that's too many episodes. You know, like I can do a US season of something and I can wrap that up in max 16. But here, oh no, we're going forever. And this season is going to rack up 40 episodes because there's 2 more to go. So there's no re-edit scrambling going on. Now, they would have had to cut down things like Honeymoon, Honesty Box to make way for other storylines that would have brought some, viewer outrage, like the Tim and Katie stuff. They definitely needed to keep that in. And they also need to bury some stuff, like Tony having a wife. And also the Honesty Box questions at the reunion dinner party. They're just to set fire to the trash, mess, and drama. And if you already have a cast that are basically like, fuel, petrol, gasolina, then you don't really need any more fuel. You know what I mean? Even the slightly different edits that you might see in other countries, like in the UK right now, there's a lot of sweet baby angels who have messaged me saying, hey, we have different footage to you and sometimes slightly different storylines. And that's because, they do need to re-edit for that region because of the laws and codes of broadcast in different countries. So it's not actually scrambling. Insiders are saying that this season was actually one of the longest. And the Insider also said that last year we only had 38 episodes. In 2023, there were only just 36. So, and the last time we hit 40 episodes was back in season 6 in 2019. So the idea that 9 has cut it early is just not true. But I did look up some trending graphs. Here, look at that. Look at this. Look at me go. And I've just compared the seasons in regards to what's trending on Google, because I just want to point out to you why Channel 9 is not going to be dissatisfied with this season at all. So in 2013, you can see that that's the spike that you get for the show. Then you can see that it's got a little bit of a spike there in 2014. And then this year, look at the difference. Like, we're doubling, baby. We're doubling. So Channel 9 are absolutely not going to be upset with how this season has played out, even though they're being investigated by the Workplace Watchdog and obviously New South Wales Police as an extension of that. So they're absolutely not going to be unhappy with it. And the more that people sort of complain about it online, the more traction that it gets. And even though them steering so far away from it... using the word science feels crazy right now. But even though they've really steered away from sort of trying to make it about love and the science and making it more about drama, it will affect them in the long run. But for right now, and it's season 12. So how many more seasons are they going to get out of this? Who knows? Kim's actually really happy with my charts. Thanks, Kim. I'm really proud. I just screenshotted something from Google, so don't freak out. What is this? What is this? Security has said, Wilko, you're in my ears because listening to you is far better than something than watching. Your dedication is legendary. Oh, that's really sweet. What a really sweet thing to say. And will Morena be attending tonight? And the answer, I'll tell you at the end of this episode. She's absolutely not going to be there tonight. Let's move on to JAC and Rai. Let's move on to them because there's some stuff going on. Now, let me break it down, said the cult leader. What is happening with JAC and Rai and the lawsuit edition. Jackie was granted an interim restraining order against Ryan on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, Ryan filed for an apprehended violence order, an AVO, in a Campbelltown court. So an interim restraining order in the Tasmanian Magistrates Court is best described as sort of like a temporary protection order designed to address immediate risks or violence or harassment and will remain in effect until a full hearing can take place. This just means that Jackie has immediate protection while the court determines whether a permanent order is necessary. Now, if Ryan breaches the terms of this temporary order, such as by continuing the alleged harassment, he could face criminal charges even before the matter is fully resolved. So he has to be very, very good on his RYP social at the moment. Now, after granting the restraining order, the magistrate, Sharon Cure, what a great last name, she is the Cure, reportedly warned Jackie against publishing more material about Ryan. However, JIC has continued to post online, which is interesting in regards to Ryan specifically. In response to Jackie's restraining order, Ryan filed his own. It's an AVO. So they're kind of similar, but obviously different states have different versions of things. It's a type of protection order similar to a restraining order in New South Wales. Now, Ryan's AVO application is due for mention on April 23, which seems so far away now and the season's going to wrap. Like, it's all going to be done and dusted. But anyway, this isn't when everything gets finalised, mind you. It's more like a prelim court date where both parties inform the court whether they agree to the protection order or wish to contest it. Ryan, does what Ryan did constitute, does it constitute like what he did, sharing those screen messages? Does that sort of, is that harassment? I don't know. And also, Jackie, some of the stuff that Jackie's saying about him is really damaging, and she has seemingly no evidence. But then when he shares evidence to say this is what was happening with our relationship, she gets mad about it. She's kind of claiming that there's some sort of revenge sexy text. I was going to say revenge porn, but it's not porn. It's just a sexy text. Also, quickly, some emails have also been released from Endemol Shine. They're about season 7, by the way. And if true, it's going to bring up some shit for the production company, but it doesn't really relate to this season. So I'll do some more digging. I'll drop a video on that later once I get some more information. But it's some stuff about a cast member asking for some mental health support sometime after the season had ended, within a year though, and they were refused. So, and this is something that they say that they have ongoing support. So hopefully things like that aren't true, but I guess we'll find out. Now, let's get to some of your comments. Oh, here we go. All right, let's do it. Let's get to some of your comments. So awesome to be part of a lot. Agreed, they're trying to keep up the drama. Does it cost money to get an AVO? Karma Farmer, that is an interesting question. I don't know. If anyone does know, chuck it in the comments. It would be different state by state here in Australia, but I'm assuming with legal costs, you would assume that there would be some money involved. But then again, maybe not, because if it's an AVO, which is apprehended violence order, you would think that even someone who's struggling can still get an AVO. So I'm not sure. Aussie Tatter said it is free in Victoria. We've got another comment. Excited that Clint and JAC are coming to the dinner reunion together. Yes, more on that in just a second. And D has said only if you use a lawyer. And if you do the AVO at court yourself, it is a no. Thank you, Annie Spiritual. Okay, all right, let's talk about the reunion, of which you're about to watch in less than 30 minutes, because there's going to be a lot that's going to be happening tonight. Now, I did some digging. So people I know who know some of the Love Lab Rats from the season, sources of sources, I've reached out to them. I've also reached out to some producers that I know. And what more can I say that doesn't sort of out someone specifically? No, that's all I'll say. Anyway, I've got some sources, and over 2 nights, we're all going to be done. So we've got 2 more episodes tonight and tomorrow night, and then that's it. Here's what I do know. Ryan has a sit-down one-on-one with Clint. So they have a sit-down chat away from the Din-Din's table. I don't know what is said, but they have a little chit-chat, which I think is funny that I don't know who pulls who aside, but I think it's very, very funny. JAC snaps, which we kind of know from the promo, but apparently it's a huge snap. And it's one of those like changing snaps that we saw in the promo where she gets mad and it kind of seems like she's funny, like bad acting, and then she changes. Paul, the French man that Karina was in love with, apparently in this next episode turns on Karina. And I cannot wait. And I mean turns on her. Like completely flips on his whole story that he was even in love with her and that she was in love with him. Like it is a huge flip. And that's what I'm going to be looking out for tonight. Also, Sierra is back to turn on Athena, and then Athena has to spill about some text messages, which I hope there's some receipts. And of course, there's a lot of Clint and JAC. They're macking on and doing a lot of words of affirmation to each other. Or maybe it's just Clint to Jackie. I don't know for sure, but the text that I got said words of affirmation. So, I'm really, really excited for it. I'm excited for the trash, mess, and drama, especially Paul. Now, speaking of that, the song that you demanded is coming up. So if you still want that song to be played in full, I did the full version for you, In Love with a Frenchman. You've got to chuck yes in the chat right now while I get to some Memo Me's. Oh, I love Memo Me time. It's the last Memo Me, and Deb, I tell you what, Deb, every season, Deb, not only is she a sweet baby angel forever and ever and a long-time supporter of the channel, but always manages to send things through like her Memo Me. So let's have a chat to Deb.
Hey Wilko, it's Deb. Our last Memo Me for MAFS Australia 2025. Final bows. Not shocked about Jeff and Ree, nor am I too shocked about Jamie and Dave. Athena and Adrian, I mean, come on, you both said no. Girl, what were you thinking begging him for one more night on camera? Wait till you're off camera at least. Hope some dignity.
Agreed, Deb.
Paul and Karina, glad that she pretty much told him, go, get lost, enough's enough.
So PG of you.
JAC and Rai. I will give it to JAC. The red flags into carpet, that was a pretty good one-liner. But all she's actually ever going to be remembered for is the way she's been carrying on social media since before the season started. Let's be honest, that's how she's going to be remembered, not by that one-liner.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Deb. All right, thank you so much for your Memo Me's. Let's get some comments before we go. Oh, I love you, but God, no. Wait. Is this about the song? Because I love that someone's being honest because they know that I can't sing. I love you, but God, no. Nicole, just quickly clarify, are you talking about me releasing the song? If it is about me releasing the song, you're probably going to have to turn off very soon. Also, just to answer the question, Morena is not going to be at the reunion. I'm very, very sorry. She is not going to be there. Nicole, so you're talking about me being a bad singer. I'm so sorry, Nicole. There's a lot of yeses. Thanks, Harvey. Love you too. Any other questions? Fantastic Foster's late. Okay. Well, I'm getting a lot of here for it and a lot of yes. I'm just scrolling. So no, it's not going to be on Spotify. No. And you want me to release the song. Okay. All right. Catherine says no. Oh, I love how split people are. I love that. Excellent. All right. Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do about it because we got to do it because you got a bunch of donations in the last live. So this is what you asked for, and here it is. So before I go, I must start the song. Let's hope that this starts it. Oh, there we go. This is the full version of In Love with a Frenchman, demanded by you. Here on Wilko Rehashed. Oh, he's an announcer.
I strolled down the aisle to see my new prince. The greasy hair should have given hints. Our paths had crossed, only a moment passed. Since the first meet, then you dumped my ass. I still remember you, but your words run laps till I lose the view. And I don't know the truth.
Might be all over for Paul and I.
But when you speak French, I crumble into.
Je m'appelle Paul, j'ai 30 ans et j'habite à Perth, dans le Western Australia.
I'm obsessed with a Frenchman, in distress from a Frenchman. Says I'm divine, then deletes me by noon. Curious hairline and accent to boot. My parents love him, they gave him the world. Then basically cheats with this other girl, a Frenchman.
I don't want to go on a date with another person.
What did you do?
Yeah.
Oh, now we're through.
Maybe this is the type of person he is.
3 strikes, you had to.
That's like cheating. You actually just cheated.
Hey.
Pack your shit.
Get your shit and leave.
And move. I'm in love with a Frenchman. In love with a Frenchman. He punches doors and can frequently ghost. I know I love him, but I love Jesus most. He'll lift me up, but then call me a snob. Wellness advisor is not a real job. A Frenchman, kind of a Frenchman. I fell hard for a Frenchman. Now I pray for the end man. Let's just be honest, I came here for fame. Who needs you? Rappers know me by name. Lost to you now, no more kissing to do. This guy's no prince, just a frog through and through. A Frenchman.